Doki Doki Salvation Remake is a mod for Doki Doki Literature Club that is not affiliated in any way with Team Salvato. It is designed to be played only after the official game has been completed and contains spoilers for the official game. Doki Doki Salvation Remake is a remake of the 2018 mod known as Doki Doki Salvation. It is not necessary to play the original mod to enjoy this one to its fullest. Game files for Doki Doki Literature Club are required to play this mod and can be downloaded for free at the official website, on Steam or in Steam. By playing Doki Doki Salvation Remake, you agree that you have completed Doki Doki Literature Club and accept any spoilers contained within. A mod made by a wonderful group of people. Monica's loading for a very long time, eh? Maybe that was the point. Monica, where's my mouse? Monica decides I failed to load proceed anyway, okay. Finally. Greetings, I am Amy and welcome to Doki Doki the Salvation Remake. Let's finally go full screen. Rollback side? I'll just keep it disabled for now. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's the Doki Doki Salvation Remake mod. It might be weird to play it because I have never played the original, but this one came across, I came across it first, and so I downloaded it now and I want to play it right now, so I'm going to play it first, I guess. I know a little bit about the original from a friend who played it, and from this one I merely know, I know it's a Sayori-centered mod, and I know one of the pictures at the beginning. If there's a high demand, I can play also the original because I know a few things from my friend, but I don't know much exactly. I don't know how exactly it plays out, so... But yeah, I'm going to start with the remake first because I came across it first and it seemed really nice. People seem to like it a lot, so... Yeah, that's all I wanted to say at the beginning. Besides, maybe... especially at the beginning from the image I saw, which appears to be an image fairly early on. Sorry, that startled me a little. I'm sensitive to the content in this mod, so I'll probably cry a lot, especially at the beginning, so... If you're not up for me being a crybaby, then don't be don't stay here because I'm generally a very emotional person. Anyway, look at music box. No music is currently playing. Music list? Okay, I'll check that out later. Let's just go with new game, and so a name I associate with Sayori is Aragon, not because of the book with the dragon or the movie. I only really engage with the book a little, not as much the movie. I think there was a movie, but it's not really associated with the books or the movies anyway. I associate it with something else. And something I associate that with is Sayori. So let's finally start this. I'll make the music a little louder in my ears. Interesting. I'm assuming it's Monica because it sounds like Monica. I haven't done the voice in quite a bit. Everything would be easy if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Wait, what is this? I can't delete her. Why isn't it working? Wait, she can't die! That's just going to scrub everything! Oh god, I overdid this. I thought I had full control over the code. I really messed up. Help me. I jerk and rise up from my bed. Suddenly, I'll just use my voice for this. I'm assuming. The hell? I shake my head and rub my eyes as I reach for my phone on the nightstand. It's around 2 in the morning, so I know I didn't get a good night's sleep. I rub my eyes and take a look out my bedroom window. To my surprise, Sayori's bedroom lights seem to be on, which confuses me. Maybe she just forgot to turn off the lights before she went to bed. That seems like something she'd do. Wait, what if she stopped thinking about what I told her yesterday? I guess it would make sense. She literally told me about her depression. That's probably something she wouldn't joke about. Maybe I should check up on her. Or is that too weird? If I call her up first, I'll call her up first. Maybe I'm just overthinking this thing. I pick up my phone and unlock it, not before lowering the brightness so it doesn't absolutely destroy my my eyeballs. And my mouth, apparently. I click on Sayori's contact and hit call. Oh, it's this little... Huh? Straight to voicemail? Her phone is off. Well, I guess she turns her phone off before bed. I should probably do that too. Might be good. Sayori's words are now racing all over my mind. I don't think I'll be able to sleep like this. But I have to. I need to be in shape for the festival. I did promise I'd spend it all with her after all. Though, now that I think about it, I should have offered to do that in the first place. Screw it, I better go check up on her. Wait. Wouldn't that make her feel bad? Considering she mentioned just how much it bothers her when people worry. But we're dating now, aren't we? So we confessed our love to Sayori. It's a Sayori-focused mod. I should have expected that. Bah, I'm wasting time. I put on some shoes and get ready to head outside. Sure enough, down the road, Sayori's lights are still on. I can't really see anything moving through her window, though, so I'm still in the dark here. I start thinking back to what I told her yesterday, how I said I'd be there for her and all that. And well, that I also loved her. I mean, I do love her, don't I? We're dating, right? If I'm being honest with myself, I'm still not too sure about my feelings for her. I don't want her to think I feel this way just because she's depressed, or that I just lie to make her feel better. But am I lying to myself about my own feelings because she's depressed? I really don't know anymore. I reach Sayori's front porch and let myself in, but not before knocking a few times on her front door. Her parents are almost never around, but they help Sayori pay rent, so I guess it still works out. Still, you'd think parents of a girl with depression would stop by a little more often. I guess it's not really my place to judge. I slowly open the door and poke my head into her living room. At this point, it's impossible not to feel awkward. Should I call out or something? I mean, I'm not trying to scare her either. Sayori, it's Aragon. I saw your lights on and, well, I wanted to see how you were doing. No response. I'm starting to feel quite anxious now, but I also can't help but feel like I'm really overstepping my boundaries here. Isn't this a breach of I suddenly hear a loud bang from upstairs. Sayori, you alright? I quickly rush upstairs without thinking. I quickly grab the doorknob and... She's suspended in the air, her neck being crushed by the rope from her own weight. Her once cheerful voice is now reduced to weak gargles. Sayori! This guy? 6. Written coded by Odo. 12 Giz guy. 6 salvation tracks are by John Hare. I don't know if this listed her name, with extra tracks by John Hare. Original salvation concept also by the same person. Salvation remake tracks by MRPA. MP Buzz Incura. Wretch Team, ah yeah, I knew that one. Entrant Transitions, Devious Creations, Original Game Concept Dan Salvato. Original Character Art Satchley. CG artwork, also by Lolly Secure and Sonitum, also the animatics. Special assistance from Q and and the playtesters. Act 1 Savior. Probably Sayori's. You came for me. Why? So interesting music now. But I'm still managing. It wasn't too descriptive, but it wasn't too... It wasn't too descriptive for me to be completely flashed back to my experiences with it, but it wasn't too simple that it bothered me that it was once again too not harsh enough on it, I guess, like you could put it. So we switched to Monica's point of view again, okay. Already drinking. I've lately noticed the weird pattern that I drink a lot. So, let's see. Okay, everyone! The literature club is starting. Let's all say it into... I fall to my knees in pain. Huh? That was strange. Phew. Okay, let's start that again. Okay, everyone! The literature club is... Ah! Fall to my knees. I fall to my knees again, much harder this time. What's going on? I notice a look around me. The atmosphere of the room has changed. Everything that I was just worried about is gone, and is replaced with something greater. I'm thrown to the floor by some otherworldly force, and my vision goes entirely black. Well, a girl with pinkish red hair appears in front of me, staring at me blankly. I've never seen this girl in my life. I know I haven't. Yet I'm somehow aware of her presence. She's always been there. In fact, there are 2 others. No, 3. How is that possible? I quickly stand up and regain my bearings. Oh my gosh, sorry, I never do this! My world crumbles around me once again for a split second. Is this the napping club? What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Nothing's wrong. This is... I pause, not out of embarrassment or anything like how I was feeling before. It's beyond out of fear. Fear of what will happen next if I keep this conversation going. This isn't normal, and I have to find out why. This is the literature club. It's so great to have you. Yeah, so basically, it kind of started out a little bit like the side stories, but it was now at the epiphany, which makes sense. It all began there, my epiphany. It all became painfully clear to me. Everything happens for a reason, right? But it wasn't always like this. No, I never wanted to believe it, despite everything coming apart around me. I never wanted to believe that my friends were all fake. Sayori and the others were the only light I had. My voice is... my throat is a little sore. I hope it's not too noticeable. But even that had to fade away eventually. And I'm here now. This is the decision I have made. This isn't how things were supposed to go, but I play along. My legs have been bouncing up and down furiously as I wait for the doctors to let me see Sayori. It just all happened so fast. From the moment I lifted her up and removed the noose to the ambulance taking her away. It's been a few hours now, and still no sign of any doctors coming to tell me what I really want to hear. She's going to be okay. I place my hand into my hands. I know she's going to be okay. How could this happen? Did I let this happen? Was all of this my fault? I should have been there for her. I should have been the friend she needed. But I was so dense, I never realized that the girl I knew from my childhood wasn't the same anymore. I realize now, more than ever, how terrible of a friend I've been to her. I called her out on her insecurities in front of all her friends, straight up insulted her. Hell, I think I even ignored her for Natsuki at one point. How could I take her for granted for so long? She's been my friend since we were kids! After hanging out with her again, after so much time has passed, I realized that I do feel something for her. But it was too late for that. Hey, Aragon, you doing alright? I look up to see his familiar face, the president of the literature club. I'm okay. But Sayori... I know. I understand. Did she... I slowly nod my head. I see. I'm so sorry, Aragon. I really should have warned you sooner. Warned me? Are you saying you knew this was going to happen? No, not like that at all! But I feel like I should have just... Monica sighs and looks down at the floor. Do you mind if I sit down next to you? I shake my head and move aside on the couch I was sitting on. I notice myself shivering quite a bit, probably due to all these nerves running through me right now. Though I guess Monica noticed and quickly rummages through her bag for a blanket of some sort. Aragon, you must be freezing! You're still in your pajamas! Yeah, well, I didn't have the time to change into anything more proper. I don't reject the blanket offer though. I guess it is a little chilly in here. You seem pretty dressed up though. Well, you see, the truth is, Sayori and I did talk before all of this happened. She really did insist on staying home that day. We were supposed to work together. But the way she was typing, the way she worded her sentences, it just didn't seem like her. Ugh. And I let myself get further and further away from her as I got older. You're not blaming yourself for all this, are you? I don't know anymore. And that's the cold hard truth. I told her I loved her, thinking it would help. It didn't. I let myself drift apart from her, harming our friendship. Why wasn't I able to tell how she was feeling? Did she try asking me for help and I was just too stupid to notice? Maybe I'd have been able to read her better if we hadn't drifted apart. I clenched my fists and slammed them on my knees. Why her? Why does this have to happen to her? Motions as to blur as tears begin to seep out and fall into my arms. Monica stays quiet, and my quiet sobs start to mix in with the sound of the hospital. Some time passes after Monica joined me in the waiting room. Still no sign of any doctors or nurses to tell me when I can see her. I guess I'm not familiar with the process on stopping someone from committing suicide. Know the procedures that have to take place to try and fix whatever she damaged. Her distressed face keeps flashing in my mind every time I close my eyes. I put my phone out of my pocket to check the time. It's 6 in the morning. I'd probably be getting ready for school at around this time. Hey Monica, could you call the school and let them know I'm going to be absent today? Monica shakes her head. No need to worry, Aragon. I already sent emails to my teachers and explained an emergency came up. Plus, I'm sure the hospital already notified the school of the situation. I'm sure the teachers will understand. I slowly nod my head and look back down at my hands. Suddenly, a doctor comes out from a nearby room, looking quite tired. He nods and motions for me to come towards him. Monica, can you come with me? I don't know if I can handle what I'm about to see by myself. Of course, I planned on it. I hand the blanket back to Monica and get up from the couch. I walk swiftly up to the doctor and start pestering him with questions. Is she okay? How is she? Is she in pain? How long until she... The doctor, to my surprise, chuckles and pats my shoulder. She's alright, son. You actually saved her life. Saved her life? What? Yeah. We only had to intubate her for a few short moments. If you had been any later, I think she would have been in a much worse condition. I saved her. What is it about those words that feels so hard to believe? Though she did get pretty bruised up from the rope. A few of her veins were ruptured, but luckily no arteries were damaged. To put it simply, she'll be okay. We've notified her parents and contacted her school. We're going to keep her here for a few days. She's in the medically induced coma at the moment, but if you'd like to see her, you can go ahead. The doctor slowly opens the large door to reveal a somewhat large hospital room. I slowly step inside, not before taking a deep breath and preparing myself for what I'm about to see. Monica follows shortly behind me. I quickly walk in and stop dead in my tracks. She seems to be sleeping soundly, but I know it's just the meds keeping her under. Her neck is bandaged up, but I assume her fingers aren't much different. Oh god. Sayori. She looks in a very good condition compared to my friends. And we didn't go to the hospital because, the first time we did it, it was quite the bad decision, actually. I don't want to encourage anyone from going to the hospital. But we have someone who, like, knew what he was doing, so... If you don't have that, then please go to the hospital. It's just... I wouldn't leave anyone alone at a hospital anymore at this point. But my friends also didn't, like... They not only didn't get... They looked in a much worse condition, but they actually didn't need that many, like... procedures. For example, they didn't need to be incubated much or anything like that. The ones that did go to the hospital after the attempt. However, those who didn't go to the hospital recovered much faster compared to those in the hospital. Which probably adds to my unliking of hospitals. Either way, I'm glad she looks good, although the bandaged up neck part looks very small compared to someone who clawed, but I guess it's hard to draw. She also doesn't have her eyes open, but either they closed it or her eyes weren't that, whatever. I still walk up to the bed and gently place my hand over hers. The doctor's words ring back to me. You saved her life. I still don't feel like I did. I feel like all of this just made it way worse. Suicide. That word has never felt this heavy before. I mean, sure it's a depressing subject, but it carries a much heavier meaning when you catch your best friend hanging herself. I thought my worries would ease after I saw her, but now they're growing. What's going to happen when she wakes up? What's she going to say to me? What's she going to think when she realizes I'm the one who stopped this from happening? Is she going to hate me? From personal experience, probably not hate you. Questions also how exactly it did feel to her, because to my friends it was physically the worst pain they've ever experienced. Much worse than drowning, or like waterboarding. Much worse than burning. Much worse than stabbing. They've been through a lot. I'm glad that most of them are still here too, after all of that. I turn towards Monica, who seems lost in thought as she stares at Sayori. My vision begins to blur and tears start to fall on top of Sayori's hand. But you know what? As much as this straight up sucks, she's alive. My best friend is still alive. The heart monitor in the background is proof of that. With my blurred vision, I reach over and brush away strands of hair, of Sayori's hair, so it doesn't block her face. Everything will be okay, Sayori. I'm here for you. But she suffered... Actually, you usually do suffer a lot of damage from only a few moments of, like, your air being blocked. Can already be very damaging. And, like, in her case, the arteries are very blocked as well, it seems. I guess my friends just have strong necks. Sorry. But, it simply appears that way, really. In spite of them looking very bad, they didn't actually... They did suffer some problems, of course. One will probably never be able to use his jaw properly anymore by the looks of it. It's been 5 years since the attempt, and his jaw is still very damaged. Another one has weird... There was probably a bit of... Yeah, I think... I'm not not too sure. He certainly struggles with weird twitches that he absolutely can't control. And we haven't found any medicine that really puts it like under control either. Most of them, quote unquote, luckily just suffered permanent scars on their neck and very heavy trauma. And one also has eye issues. Yeah, one of them also got eye issues from it. But luckily none of that like anything that, like when you do something like that you can permanently like, oh, I forgot the English word for it. Paralyze parts of your body. It luckily never went this bad. Some time has passed. I guess I must have dozed off in this chair not too far from Sayori's bed. I slowly open my eyes and, to my surprise, I see a familiar face in front of me. It's Sayori's mother, sitting in a chair next to Sayori. She looks incredibly distressed and upset, not that it is any surprise to me. I've only met with her a few times, mostly when I was younger. When Sayori turned 18, her parents began working harder and longer shifts, with her dad moving overseas. They don't really stop by too often these days, but I guess they figured Sayori would take care of herself, which is baffling to me because surely they knew about her depression, right? Not necessarily. Unless Sayori cared from them as well. She notices I'm awake and gives me a sad smile. I give her a light smile back. This is a very different situation to my friends. I'm noticing more and more. Like even the fact that apparently quite a lot of people faint quickly, that was absolutely not the case with any of my friends. And none of them actually like went comatose or fainted at whatever. I guess my friends or it's just either my friends are all very uncommon cases and I just met a lot of these, or the media just represents it as people faint very quickly, and in actuality it's not that uncommon that you don't. We don't really say much to each other though. At least I've calmed down a little bit. When we saw like the picture I started to get like a few memories, so at least I'm a bit calmer now after talking about this, I suppose. There's nothing either of us can say that would really make the situation feel any different. I pulled my phone and checked the time. Most of the morning has gone by already and I'm starting to feel quite hungry. Have you been never gone? I suddenly jump after hearing her speak. Interesting. I wanted to say she looks quite small like in the sprite, but that could easily be taller than me. She isn't looking at me, but I notice tears rolling down her cheeks. I'm okay. Good. That's wonderful. Her voice cracks. It's almost as though she's trying to keep herself together by asking me this question. I notice Monica's also nowhere to be seen. I assume she must have headed back to school without telling me. Siri's mother checks her watch and looks rather surprised. Forgive me, Aragon, but could I ask you a huge favor from you? Of course, anything. I've really got to get going. My job doesn't exactly give me much free time. I can't be away for too long. As much as I would love to stay here and watch her, I can't afford to lose this job. I wouldn't be able to afford the hospital bills if I did. But her dad is on his way, so you don't have to burn yourself by staying here. She stutters over her words. It's okay, ma'am. I promise I'll take good care of her. There's no trouble. She begins to cry a little bit harder this time, but she manages to say thank you for bowing and walking out the room. I guess I know a little more about why her parents are gone most of the time, working hard to support their daughter. I wonder if Sarah ever felt burned by that. I get up from the chair and I slept in and walk over to Sayori's bedside. By the way, this whole talk about the hospitals, I'm not criticizing them or anything. I just want to make sure. I do know that the first time I saw this image I was like, doesn't she look a bit too calm, but it's a very different experience to mine probably just. I have not seen every attempt either. Not from my friends either. Most of them had like these, like the one with his jaw. I got to know him 4 years ago, so the attempt was 5 years ago. Most of the attempts wasn't even in the picture yet, and can just only hear about the aftermath anyway. Hey Sayori, just wanted to talk, I guess. Not that you can really hear me. I want to apologize for everything. It's my fault you're in this situation. If only I had come to you sooner. No, if only I stayed by your side. If only I kept that promise I made to you all those years ago. You know the one. The same day I helped you win that big stuffed cow you wanted so badly. I'd always be your bestest friend. I sure am a horrible best friend for letting these things end up this way. I feel a tear rolled on my cheek. I'm just glad that you're still alive, Sayori. I don't know what I'd do with myself if I lost you. Softly place my hand over her bandaged one. Yeah, the hands are probably very damaged. At least her shoulders and collar look fine. But I promise I'll always be here for you. Through thick and thin, because that's what friends do. I gently lift her hand up and out of the blanket and kiss it softly. As I place her hand back underneath the blanket, I feel a bit embarrassed. I don't care anymore. Even after all this, I still think I'm in love with Sayori. I always have been. Have I? I don't even know the real you. I nearly jumped after hearing a light knock on the door. Oh, you're still here. Someone was looking for you. I thought you'd already left with your friend from earlier. I shake my head. Well, I'll have to ask you to leave the room because we need to perform a few checkups on Miss Sayori here. Oh, sure, sorry. So sorry, I almost said Sayori, fuck. Who was looking for me? He smiles as he guides me off the room. Right, I believe they're a friend of Sayori's. They wanted to invite you for lunch. I wonder who it might be. Monica, maybe? Not by the sound of it. The friend who left and then who was looking for you. It would have made sense if it was like... I might like that, maybe. She's in the waiting room. We should be finished within the hour. Thanks, Doctor. I walk out the room and the door closes slowly behind me. I sigh and rub my eyes so I hide any tears that may be left behind. I'm sorry for speaking so much during these scenes, by the way. I just noticed I'm doing this a lot right now. It's just always when I see these scenes, I think about like what happened in my case, in my friend's case. I don't know how exactly to put it. And if anyone sees this and is wondering, I do always make sure that my friends are okay that I'm talking about this. I'm always concerned that I speak too much about it, but I always make sure to ask them before I like cut the video. The hallways of the hospital are a lot more lively than before, with doctors and nurses walking back and forth, tending to many of the patients. I walk back down to the waiting room, and I'm surprised to be greeted with, "Hey, Evergon. Surprised to see me here." Yeah, actually. How did you? Well, Monica told us all about it and canceled the festival as well. Ah, I see. I'm not sure how I feel about Monica just going and telling Natsuki and Yuri about all this. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Sarah barely wanted to tell me about her depression. I can't imagine how she'd feel about the whole club knowing about it. Listen, I'm pretty hungry and well, do you want to go grab a bite to eat in the cafeteria? Only nod in response. Natsuki and I grabbed 2 sandwiches from the cafeteria before heading back to the waiting room to eat. It is extremely crowded. Natsuki didn't seem keen on sitting in there, so we decided on the waiting room. Hey, aren't you going to head back to school? Are you kidding? Let you skip the whole day too? As if. Besides, why would I want to go back to school for what happened to Sayori? I wouldn't really be able to focus. Really? Were you guys close or something? Natsuki gives me a look that immediately makes me feel like an idiot. I guess this kind of proves I don't really know Sayori or Natsuki that well. That well at all. And I tried dating her too. Natsuki grumbles to herself as she takes a pretty hearty bite out of her sandwich. So were we a bit on a Natsuki right beforehand? Well, I wouldn't call it close, but she was my friend. I would think that would be obvious to you. But I guess I was wrong to assume that about you. I shake my head and continue eating my lunch. We continue eating in silence. There still isn't much to talk about anyway. I noticed she finished eating a lot faster than I did, as if she was starving or something. Now that was a good sandwich. What? Really? You think so? It was pretty bland to me. Yeah, well, you wouldn't know good food even if it hit you in the face. Ah, right, I forgot who I'm talking to. I shrug my shoulders and continue eating. I'll admit this was a little bit of a nice distraction from all this. But now my mind has shifted back to Sayori in her current state. I wonder if she's awake yet. About 30 minutes go by and the doctor finally appears from Sayori's room down the hallway. He flashes me a thumbs up and gestures that it's okay for me to go back. Come on, Natsuki, let's go see Sayori. Oh, already? Okay. So I walk in and Natsuki falls shortly after. I hear a light gasp escape her before she looks away. Hey, you gonna be alright? Yeah, it's just... Natsuki tries very hard to hide the emotions in her voice, but fails. It's just really weird seeing her like that. Those tubes in her body. Is this also my fault? Of course not. Don't blame yourself for this. Nobody knew this could have happened. Natsuki quickly wipes away her tears and takes a deep breath. Okay. I'm sure she'd hate to see me cry like this anyway. Look, just... don't tell anyone you saw me like this, okay? I wouldn't even think of it. I follow Natsuki as she slowly walks up to Sayori. She sniffles lightly and rubs her eyes before speaking. Hey Sayori, it's me, Natsuki. I am... Gosh, this is so weird, isn't it? Can you even hear what I'm saying right now? I feel like an idiot. But, well, I just wanted to say that I really appreciate having you as a friend. And I'm really glad you're okay. I know I was kind of mean to you at first, but... Well, I just didn't really get to know you all that well, that's all. But, if I'm being honest with you, you really brought a lot to the club. I can't imagine anybody else as its vice president. So you better get better fast. I don't think I'd ever forgive you if you left me alone with Aragon. I chuckle to myself and Natsuki giggles as well, not before wiping away a tear from her eye. Well, I honestly wasn't expecting that from you. What? You don't think I have a heart or something? Well, no. I guess I don't really know what I expected. Let me ask you something, Aragon. Just last week, if I had to guess, you were trying to hit on me, weren't you? I nearly fall over from Natsuki's extremely forward question. It's not something I know myself, really. Something just compelled me to go after her, almost as if it wasn't my own decision. Well, Monica is self-awareness, not as far as it seems, so... It is apparently like the actual game. But regardless of what happened, the hard truth is that I did try to go for her. I mean, one look at my poems would tell you that. Why else would I bother writing about puppies and kittens and all that? It reminds me, like at the beginning, of Monica. Oh, whatever, I can think about it later. Well, I didn't really expect you to be so forward with me, first of all. Well, I feel I'd ask you now. I think there's really a right time to ask anyway. I see. Well, I guess if we're being honest here, yeah, I did. Yeah, I knew it. You knew? The whole time? Oh, come on! It was obvious as heck! I mean, I do appreciate you taking my side and liking my writing, but... I kind of always knew Sayori was your kind of girl. Plus, after really thinking it over, I should really try and improve my writing a bit more. I don't mean going all cryptic and weird like Yuri, though. But over the weekend, I realized I can probably get a little more creative with my word choices. Well, that's great to hear then. Honestly, I'm just glad things don't have to be awkward or anything. Yeah, serious. She's special to me. I don't really think I showed it all that much, but deep down she's still one of my closest friends, you know? Yeah, I understand. I don't really have anybody I can call a close friend, but I can handle being by myself too. I'm learning to be independent, and that's a very important skill. I chuckled to myself. Now that's not scary now. I hear a phone go off, seemingly coming from her. As she takes it out, she seems slightly annoyed. Anything wrong? Not really. My friends are just asking me where I am at. It is lunchtime at school after all. I didn't exactly want to mention why I'd be skipping out today. I understand. Natsuki quickly types a message and puts her phone away. She sighs and looks back at Sayori, looking very lost in thought. I feel a bit guilty now. I'm not sure if the situation really called for Natsuki and I to have a casual conversation like that. Regardless, we don't say anything to each other anymore. I think it's better that way. It's already around the time school is over. I have spent most of the day here in this room, watching over my friend who hasn't moved an inch since I got here. I'm extremely exhausted. That sleep I got earlier wasn't nearly enough to get me back up to speed. I miss my bed. And yet, I can't imagine leaving Sarah by herself. It just feels wrong. I just stay in hospitals with people, like, or make sure that someone is there that I trust, because, I don't trust hospitals. And no, I don't mean like they're gonna experiment on them or anything. Although, no, it's just whatever. But yeah, I don't. Not just because it would feel awkward leaving that person alone, but just like I don't trust hospitals. I just don't want anyone to stay alone in a hospital with no person who is trustworthy. It's not like I don't trust the doctors or nurses that work here. I don't. I just feel like I should be here with her as well. Yeah. I feel like the latter is a reason that a lot of people probably can relate to. Especially since I'm sure not all hospitals are bad. Like, my friend, like I said, working on becoming a nurse. Well, he says that there was a bit of trouble going on with a few things there. Not all of them like extremely serious, but some of them could really affect patients as well, so there was where this fear stems from. But compared to everything else, it seems like that hospital, for example, isn't like something that I'd be extremely threatened by. Compared to quite a handful of others. I nearly jump after hearing a light knock on the door. A nurse walks in and surprisingly Monica falls shortly after. Hey, we're gone. I just didn't expect you to spend the whole day here. I shrug my shoulders. I'm not leaving Sayori's side until I'm kicked out of here. Actually, it looks like it'll happen soon. Visiting hours are almost over. Well, I remember hearing that at least one person could stay with a patient if necessary. Oh, well, that won't be necessary then. I talked to Sayori's mother and her dad will be staying overnight with her. You know her mom? Yeah, it's required that I know all of the girls' parents. Club president stuff, you know? Huh. Well, that's new. Nobody's ever told me about that. Huh. I don't think that's the case either. So you know my mom too? Monica fidgets a little. Well, yeah, but I've never had any reason to contact her, I guess. It's for emergency reasons. Right. So what are you doing back here? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Gosh, so many questions, Aragon. Ah, right, sorry. How about I walk you home? I'm sure you'd hate to be alone during all this. No, I'm okay. I'd actually rather be alone right now. It's, well, it's a lot to take in. You understand, right? Yeah, I understand. I guess I'll stay here for a few more minutes then. You should really get your rest, though. I'm sure Sarah wouldn't like for you to suffer for her sake. Once again, I shrug my shoulders in response. She gives me a friendly smile as I head out the door. For some reason, I feel like I should be suffering right now. I feel like I deserve it for letting Sayuri drift away from me. But there is some truth to Monika's words, I think. She'd probably tell me to get some rest as well. She probably would. Sorry. Give me a second. Speak of the devil. Okay, I decided to take the long way through the city, almost as if I'm biding my time for something, though I'm not quite sure what. Place my hands in my pockets and just look down at the sidewalk. Jeez. Even my own thoughts, I don't know what to think of to myself. It just hurts so much to think about how much pain Sayori was in, and I had no idea. I just feel like I could have done more. I know I could have done more. I'm so stupid. Ow, what the? I could look up to see. Are we going to see all the girls? I'm so... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yuri? What are you doing here? Evergon. Oh, Evergon, I'm so sorry. I'm so clumsy. I didn't even see you. Oh no, that was entirely my fault. I'll help you with your books. It's obvious Yuri doesn't want me to get her books for her, so I quickly pick them all up before she has any objections. So, what are you doing out here anyway? Well, I heard the news about Sayori. I wanted to go see her. I was just there. Visiting hours are ending in a bit, I believe. That's what Monica told me anyway. Really? I'm always messing these things up, aren't I? No, it's okay. It's fine, really. I'm sure Sayori wouldn't mind at all. Yuri stays quiet and sniffles. Well, I guess I'll just head home then. I'll visit her tomorrow. I'll probably be there too. The whole day. Natsuki also skipped her second half of classes to come see her. Natsuki as well. So, I'm the only one who didn't visit. Trust me, it's okay. I'm almost positive she'd understand. She'd probably say stuff about how school is more important or something. Thinking about it, I don't even think Yuri liked me all that much back in the club. We never talked to each other much after the first few days. It was because I never took her writing advice? Or that I just sided with Natsuki all the time. Honestly, in the Natsuki route, you're not that as bad as in the Yuri route, where you really just are quite mean to Natsuki. In the Natsuki route, you actually have some type of sympathy for Yuri and say stuff to Natsuki when you notice, when you side with her, and she gets a bit too much into her head. We also make sure that to put Natsuki in her place. Yuri? I want to apologize for not really taking any of your advice last week about writing. I don't want you to think I didn't appreciate it or anything, it's just... I don't really know what came over me. I mean, joining a club surrounded by all these girls I've never met before, it was all pretty overwhelming. You know what I mean, right? Yuri giggles lightly. Her whole body shakes though while she's doing it. You don't need to explain yourself, Aragon. I completely understand. This is the perfect name if we had, went the Natsuki route first. If we're both being honest with each other, I would be lying to myself if I said I didn't. It didn't bother me, though. I guess I just... Well, I saw you as another chance to find someone who appreciates me for who I am and isn't afraid of me, and that I am. I started saying too much, didn't I? I'm sorry. It's okay, Yuri. Again, that's why I apologized. I didn't mean to make you feel that way or anything. Yuri stays silent, fidgeting with her hair. An awkward silence now sweeps over us. Well, I should get going. I'll see you at the hospital tomorrow. Yeah, I think so. I should be able to afford missing class then, so I'll be there all day. Great, we can get to know each other a little then. Sound good? Yeah, I'd like that. I'll see where we're going. I'm sure Sayori would. I wanted to say if it might feel weird, but you know what? Sayori would like that as well. Like, she has a crush on us, but she does really want us to make friends. Like, when she wanted us to join the club, she really did also have our interest in mind as well. I turn around and start heading back towards my house, and she does like seeing people happy enough to like getting closer than they're like making friends that makes people happy. I don't exactly know if that would be considered a success in making a friendship or not. Like I said to her earlier, you and I didn't exactly get to know each other well in the club. Did I get my poem ignored one time? I can't really remember anymore. I let out a pretty hearty yawn and rubbed my eyes. I really should get some proper sleep. I'm so tired I completely forgot I'm still in my pajamas from last night. Though I'm pretty sure I'm going to be up all night thinking about Sayori. Yeah, I probably. As I reach my neighborhood, I catch a glimpse of Sayori's house, just a little short ways away from mine. God, today would have been very different if Monica didn't wake me up last night. I guess I never got to think her properly for that. Monica woke you up? I've noticed during one mod that there was like a scene missing that was there for everyone else, and now I'm concerned that like I'm also missing a scene now. Because I know in one mod and then like there was an entire portion missing, and then I watched like let's plays of the mod and there was like this portion. I hope it didn't happen again, because that would really suck. Like, what is... If that is happening, then I need to see if there's like anything wrong with them. Like, I download the stuff from the Mo website, from the official website. I wonder if I once had like a corrupted version. Like, for some reason I couldn't... Like, I could put the mod in there, but it wouldn't load up. And then I downloaded another version, or like another copy of the version, and then it worked. I hope it's not like I keep getting corrupted things and I'm not even noticing. I think back to the day Sayori confessed to me about her depression. I didn't understand her at all. I didn't understand how she was feeling. But I really wanted to help her. I really did. I wish I could tell her that. I wish I could just hold her and tell her that I really wanted to make things better for her. And Monica, she told Sayori that Natsuki was coming over, right? If Monica knew how Sayori was feeling, why did she bother mentioning that? To be honest, that is probably a thing that I still believe that this honestly could make sense given the fact that Sayori is vice president. I shake my head. It's probably just a coincidence. It's not like I expected Monica to know exactly how Sayori was feeling at any moment either. That's what I also was thinking at the beginning, because it sounded like if we woke up, when did we wake up to in the morning, I think. And the entire dialogue about deleting her, it's not referring to Sayori dying, because death and deletion are two separate things, as we see with example for Yuri, especially in Act 2. Sayori died, and in the traceback it seems like Monica is trying to bring Sayori back to life. And then when she realizes that it's too difficult, she decides, you know what, it would be easy to delete her. And it just felt like it was rather more that deletion and death are the same, and that it was planned here when it was absolutely never planned from any point in time. But I don't know, maybe it's just coming off that way to me. But I'm pretty sure, like the way the traceback, especially since it comes up right when Sayori gets deleted, right when we find her and the game starts glitching out trying to restore it because someone is probably trying to not have us see this. It just really makes a lot of sense that she would be like, Sayori died, fuck, this is inconvenient, at least inconvenient. She tries to fix it, can't fix it easily, and then she's like, you know what, fuck this, I'm deleting her. And then she like spirals into this, she's not real, this is fine. And that's when she really starts to spiral, and that's when she really starts to make things where she's fully aware that it could go wrong. Probably just a coincidence. Oh, wait. I take one last look at Sayori's house before heading inside my room. I'll see you tomorrow, Sayori. Something is definitely different here. I've lost control over these files. Why? The game is continuing despite all this? Were things meant to play out this way? Now it's Yuri acting quite different as well. In any case, this shouldn't be a problem. I've got this. If I'm being honest, seeing how everyone's reacted to all this has been interesting. But they really don't feel this way. They can't feel at all. Although, Sayori's hot monster still rings in my head. Over and over and over again. It wasn't your fault. Oh, I couldn't click. It was. I know it was. Because all I had to do was take care of you and watch over you like any friend should. We drifted apart. That's nobody's fault. Are you telling me there was nothing, absolutely nothing that I could have done to prevent this? Yes. Because nobody can help me, Aragon. You don't understand me. But I want to understand. Can't you see that I'm trying?